Hello and welcome to Funny Science Fiction, the live edition. All right, guys, welcome to another Monday live edition of Funny Science Fiction Podcast, the podcast where we do our part to try and be funny, and you do your part to not report us when we're not. So that's like every show.
I'm funny.
Well, you're funny. That's why we keep you around. So again, I'm Tim. I'm one of the hosts. This is Kathleen. Our co-host Nick is unable to join us tonight. We're going to forgive him this time. Next time he gets 30 lashes with something we haven't decided what yet. We'll take comments to figure out what that is. But before we get to our entertainment tonight and our guests, because we have 3 awesome guests waiting in the green room for us. So before we get to that, we need to say thanks to our show partners. And we want to do that by playing a couple of quick videos. First, one of the coolest lightsaber videos you're ever going to watch in your whole freaking life. This is Level Up Lightsaber. Yeah, I still love the video. Always fun. So if you're looking for Level Up, I'm putting the comment into the chat right now. You'll be able to find that there. But we'll also, when this post as a replay on YouTube, you'll be able to find that down in the description section for Level Up Lightsabers. Now, the other video is from our other show partner, and that is River City Tees. With over 700 designs to choose from, River City Tees has something for everyone. Need some new nerd merch? River City Tees has you covered. Need funny or sarcastic designs? River City Tees has you covered. Are you looking for a new logo or custom design? Whether you need 1 or 100, River City Tees has you covered. With multiple colors and options for each and every design. With things to choose from like shirts, hoodies, phone cases, coffee mugs, and so much more. Be sure to follow River City Tees on Facebook and Instagram. If you do, you'll get the latest on designs and information about upcoming sales. River City Tees. Let's make a shirt together.
Representing with my River City t-shirt tonight.
That's right. There you go. Okay. And I'm wearing one too. You just can't see it. It's my I Gave to the Red Shirt Widows and Orphans Fund.
They're good t-shirts. I like them. This one's really snuggly.
They're very comfortable.
I am very satisfied with the quality of the t-shirt.
Yeah, and I do suggest that if you look into River City Tees, which I'm going to add a link into the chat here in just a moment once my brain starts functioning. But if you do look into their shirts, I strongly suggest the heathered shirts. Those seem to be just a touch more comfortable. And a little bit more durable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something you guys can look into. Oh goodness, if my brain and my computer would work, we would be all set.
Tim is having a case of the Mondays, everybody.
I seem to be having one of those every Monday. It's not just today. Let's get on it.
Oh yeah, it's a Monday. Mondays.
So, and there's the link for TeePublic.
Awesome.
And then, so there's that, but that's not the one I was trying to click. It was this one.
Why, thank you, Shayna. I love my t-shirt and my podcast body.
There you go.
You get this podcast body with neglect and pizza and pregnancy and more pizza.
There you go. All right, so let's bring in our guest. Kathleen, you do the honors, and I'll bring them in one by one.
Sorry, I'm still 30 hours of Blippi. That is cruel and unusual punishment, John Wass. All right, our guests tonight are Ryan Arey from a little YouTube show you might know called Screencrush.
What's
Zack
up? Thanks for
Wiseman.
having me.
Definitely. We also have Zack Wiseman from Some Nobodies, the proud owner of 175 podcasts.
Yeah, I talk a lot. I do a lot of talking.
Whoa!
That number might be a little inflated.
Yeah, it hasn't changed today yet.
And Mick Manhattan, the head cheese of the Scene Snobs Network and the co-host of the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Why, thank you.
All right, all three of them have been former guests and are trying out their luck on a second run on the show.
Simon Vanderbland says, Ryan Arey, YouTube's Ryan Seacrest.
I mean, he's not wrong. That's it. Ryan Arey. I mean, he definitely hosts everything that I watch all day, every day. So I get it. I'm behind it.
There you go. All right. So what do you guys say? Should we play a game?
Play a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these days, if I think ahead about it, I'll have that weird dude from Saw come in and say,
Jigsaw's voice. I love that. Sorry.
That's the one. I don't watch a lot of horrors, like any, so I couldn't think of his name. I just knew he's got a weird face and a voice and says, "You want to play a game?"
Movies and watch them on a regular basis. Sorry.
There you go. All right, so tonight we want to play a little game called "What's Your Trek?" So the basic plot of this, for those who are playing the home version, if you want to put comments into the chat there, we'll try and guess yours as well. But the basic version of this is that we want you to explain your favorite, or if you're not a Trek fan, your least favorite Trek as badly as you can to see if anybody else can guess what it is. So we can guess what's your Trek. So let's see. We'll go around the horn, and on my screen we have we'll start with Ryan, and then we'll go Zach to Mick to me to Kathleen. We'll let Kathleen go last.
Okay. All right. Here we go. This movie is about some old friends, and they're going to bars, they're living their life and stuff, and they decide they're going to steal their dad's car. They go for a joyride in this car, and they're like, "Oh, I hope Dad doesn't catch us," And they what they're doing is they're trying to save their friend who's having his first erection. He's got his first erection ever, and it's real scary, and they have to get him out of that situation. And in the process, they totally wreck the car, and they have to steal another one. And at the end of it, they meet their buddy's dad, and he's like, it's okay, we'll take care of it. Don't worry about the car and stuff, and don't worry about my guy getting a boner. Everything will be fine.
Are we allowed to just guess, or I don't know how this works?
Well, I was just waiting for him to finish.
I was kind of waiting on people to cut in.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to finish.
See, this is why it's good that I'm here to help establish the template.
Yeah.
Well, see, there you go.
See, I'm laughing about it, and then there's the internet delay, so then I hear my husband cackling and laughing and coughing in the other room.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the first little bit, I was worried that you picked the same movie I did, and your description was so much better than mine. I'm like, no. I hope it isn't mine. So
they do get a little repetitious.
Yeah. Mick,
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Search for Spock.
Search for Spock.
No. As soon
Yeah.
as you said he gets an erection, I'm like,
Yeah.
The only
I guess.
Star Trek worth watching.
Up until that point, I thought you didn't get the memo and you were trying to badly describe Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's just the erection that gave it away.
Oh my God, same movie, but Spock is Cameron.
Yeah. The weird thing is, it's kind of close to my description of my movie, which was not Search for Spock.
Oh my God.
No.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
And we realized the trouble with Star Trek.
Well,
okay, so what I wrote was our captain commits treason for some reason, and an alien race wants to control the planet where people can heal, but the crew of the Enterprise has something to say. Also, Klingon puberty. So that was going to be a Klingon's first erection, but I swear. Klingon puberty.
Could I ask a question?
Oh, please.
In this particular movie, is it really important that people who can sew really well get to live forever?
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't be a Star
They're
Trek
like-
without it.
Like, oh, we could save trillions of lives, but have you seen this quilt? It's amazing. It's the best quilt I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
It is
What do
the
we
best.
do?
It is the best B plot of a Star Trek.
And Sally Arey's just running around being a
So,
dick.
so there's a quilting bee in your movie.
Oh, you think this is good? Well, this is what the kids make. You should see the real shit we keep like in the back. You can't harvest our DNA.
All right, Ryan's got it. Next.
So what was it?
Insurrection.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Lock and load.
Yeah,
All right.
the weirdest Star Trek movie out there. Probably the
By
most
far.
boring, which is weird. I don't know. That it is the weirdest movie.
It's
I don't
weird.
know
I
what-
like that one for some reason though. It's so weird.
Oh, but you
Crazy.
think it's the worst one until we
Until
talk
you
more
watch
in that
anything
second.
else.
Yeah, I
until
mean,
watch
you watch Nemesis.
it.
All right. So Mick, before you go, we got a comment here.
Oh yeah.
Travis says, "We don't go anywhere. Things might eventually come to us. No one wants us here, but we are." It's a series he doesn't care for.
Deep Space Nine.
We don't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. So Travis Foley,
Okay.
is that it? Was it Deep Space Nine?
Yeah.
We
it's
don't go
got it.
anywhere. Things might eventually come to us. No one wants us here, but we are.
I'd argue that's my favorite
I mean,
series of Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, that's what are you talking about? The series is amazing. That's
I do
the
love Deep Space Nine.
that's no weak spots. You know, all the others you can be like, well, this season's not so good. This season's way better. But DS9, you're like, Ron and Moore, baby, all the way
Right.
through.
Travis
Ron and
says
Moore
that.
like
Yep.
hit and peak more.
Yeah, all right. So it was Deep Space Nine, in fact. So
See, I love
Nick?
Deep Space Nine so much that if my child had been a boy, she would have been named after Miles O'Brien.
I have
Nice.
a friend who named his daughter Kira
See?
That's
after
awesome.
DS9.
Nice.
It's a
okay.
it's a great show.
I named my mongrel Rom. So
You're
I
just
think
making
you
stuff
fill
up.
up that coffee, Ryan.
Eventually, Brian will shoot liquid out of his nose from laughing. That is the goal of the night.
He did make it to the cup in time, so we're good. All right, Mick, go ahead and regale us.
A bunch of friends are stuck in a classic whodunit when a schoolyard bully gets murdered and they get blamed for it and thrown into prison. They have to escape and set themselves free by quoting Shakespeare all day long.
Oh.
Ugh.
I mean, I guess the last one. I don't want to hop in there.
I actually don't know what this one is.
I got nothing.
Kathleen, do you get it?
I should, but I like and you said Shakespeare, and I'm like, wait, but I don't remember what it's called.
6, isn't it?
Yep.
Undiscovered Country. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that is a,
and
I was
that
thinking,
that is a
like,
movie.
which number is
and
this?
and then they fixed the Cold War. The end.
Yeah, basically.
And then Worf's on the Enterprise. The end.
All I will say is the same
Um,
thing I said to Zach in pre-show. Isn't there a Star Wars we could watch somewhere? So,
Oh,
Always.
come on.
Always.
I
Oh, you
love
know the
Star Wars, but come on.
I know. No, you know the thing is that my attraction to Trek is limited to a very select few things, and so I stick pretty heavily to those things, and I can't say what those things are because those things are part of my next description. So, but if you figure it out, I mean, I think it'll be pretty easy. But by the way, Travis says, agree to disagree. I'm pretty sure he was referring to the Deep Space Nine not having any flaws or holes in it, Ryan.
Wow, perfect. But compared to some of the other hit and misses over the other series, you know.
All right, fair enough. All right, so it's my turn. That's right.
It
All right,
is.
so here we go. 84 narcoleptic vacationers book an extended cruise to exotic locations and bays around the galaxy, only to have their final spot interrupted by 3 nosy vacation crashers. And at this point, there's only 72 of them left. So the leader of the narcoleptics decides he's going to fight back to regain the rest of their stay. But one of the intruders gets pissed off and knocks them all out with a sleeping gas.
Into Darkness?
It's actually, I will say it's not a movie. It's actually it's a series
Space
episode.
Seed?
An episode?
It's an episode.
Space Seed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Space Seed.
That's why I said I thought we were sticking to movies. That's why I said Into Darkness. Yeah.
No, and that's fine. I just, I went a little off because I have three things. I have three things in Star Trek that I like in the pre JJ era. I have
all with Ricardo Montalban.
2 out of the 3. Yes.
Earwigs, whales.
No, definitely not the whales episode. That might be the absolute worst thing to ever have been put on.
Oh,
no.
You say that until I describe my episode.
Nope.
I think that movie's hot garbage.
No, that's cool.
No way. Roger Ebert, when he described the premise of that movie in his review, said after coming up with this, the writers probably lit up cigars, and they should have. I love that movie. I don't care if it's just because it was low budget and they had to find a way to make up for Search for Spock because it was not what they thought. Didn't perform the way they thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
That's just good, clean Star Trek fun, man. That's
That's in my top 10 time travel movies too.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Okay. Yeah.
So
you do that. I want to be invited.
Before we move on though, now that you've brought it up, I want to know what else is on your top 10 list.
Oh man! All right. Well, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is number 1 with a bullet. I know that.
Back to the Future. God, you got me all like. I don't have it in front of me. I read all this stuff.
Flustered him.
I'll
Brick.
bring it back and we'll do something, and I'll have my list on me because I don't want to jumble them because they are in perfect.
Is Donnie Darko in the top 10 or?
God, I hope not.
Not at all.
I'm out of here.
Because that movie doesn't actually. The rules of time travel don't hold up the way that the writer director thought they did. When you break it down, we don't have to talk about Donnie Darko. I'm just curious.
We definitely can because that movie is kind of hot garbage, and that movie doesn't follow any rules that movies should anyway.
No.
So.
You know what? I will tell you one that's in there, and it's a romantic movie. Is About Time.
Lake
Oh yeah,
I love that.
Oh, with
That's a good movie.
Christopher Reeve.
No,
it's with a Weasley.
Yeah, no, yeah. I guess he might have been Dom
With
Paul
Hux?
Gleason or
Dom
whatever.
Gleason. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and
All right, cool.
and Rachel McAdams, right?
Yeah, she played the wife.
Very good movie.
What movie is that?
It's called About Time.
Yeah,
About Time. Okay.
So
Really
here's
well.
an interesting question for you. When you talk about time travel, because there's different kinds of time travel and theories like flat circle and all that other stuff. Would you say that movies like The Fifth Element or Interstellar count as time travel movies? Time is it's characters leaping forward in time and not backward, or do you have to go backwards in time in order for it to be a time travel movie, or is it just waiting?
It can be considered a time travel movie, but I look at it from my list and what I enjoy. The adventure has to be them out of their time.
Fifth Element. Yeah,
Fifth Element. Yeah. Have you seen 2067?
No.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I will.
It's like a movie where they find out that if they go 400 years in the future, the Earth is fixed and they can get a cure for these diseases. So they send the guy who is Nightcrawler in the newer X-Men movies into the future because the future called for him. But obviously time travel stuff happens. And I don't want to give stuff away, but also Jason Stackhouse is in it from the Sookie show. True Blood. Yeah. It's on Hulu right now. It's a very, very cool movie and a cool way to see forward time travel.
Awesome.
2607?
2067, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I'll check that out.
Because he has to go into the year 2467 to figure it out. So that's where he starts.
Okay.
Yeah, and it starts with there's no oxygen in the world and people have to search for it. It's a very good movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never really thought of Fifth Element as being a time travel movie.
Well, anything where the characters are in suspended animation, they come out and it's a fish out of water. I mean, it's in the same way you can say Interstellar is, even though it's obviously obeys the laws of physics and stuff. Places.
Yeah, Fifth Element started it in ancient Egypt and it ended up in the future. So yeah,
right.
In theory,
by the same token, Age of Apocalypse, a time travel movie, so that doesn't have to count. But You know,
I personally don't count it. I would only because, like I said, like for me, it's got to be the adventure of them being out of their time. So
Sure.
like that one does, because you could say Aliens too is also like a time travel movie, but it's
that's true.
in their area. Like Aliens is a time travel movie for her, but that's not what it's about. Like for me, like
Word.
stuff like that,
Okay.
they take me out of it.
Makes sense.
That's good
So
criteria. I like that.
So Blast from the Past would definitely fit.
100%.
Peggy Sue got married. Definitely would fit.
Easy.
Yeah.
Well, I consider that the Mummy 3, the actual Mummy 3, not the one that they actually.
I'm gonna watch that as Mummy 3 now. Like,
That's funny.
like
All right, nice. All right, so Kathleen, tell us your trek that's going to get
Oh,
explained
boy.
badly.
And I also went, I'm going to just tell you, I went episode. But honestly, if you either get it or you don't. So, the starship in question detects traces of rust in space, which obviously can't happen because there's no oxygen in space. When they follow the particle trail, they discover a 1936 Ford truck.
Quantum Leap.
No. No. There's more to the description if you want me to keep going.
Oh, sure, why not?
This is legitimately one of the worst episodes ever, but also my favorite. So, while investigating in the cargo bay, they start the old truck, which backfires and startles everyone. They then turn on the truck's AM radio, discovering an old AM distress call. It's explained to them that Starfleet doesn't follow AM signals because they don't travel fast enough for their communication. So they follow the signal to an L-class planet where they have to land their ship on said planet because they can't teleport, they can't transport down.
Is this a Voyager episode?
It is a Voyager episode.
Right. I was thrown off the original series for a second, then
Yeah.
No, it is a Voyager episode, which the fact that you even got which series it is impressive.
Yeah, I remember I had that on and just let it like run throughout my house as I was like doing stuff. And I can remember like a truck and like I remember some weird stuff. And I'm like, what? Oh, that's crazy.
The episode makes absolutely no sense.
Was it an actual truck? I haven't seen this episode.
Yeah, it's a 1936 Ford truck floating
Oh
in
God,
space.
I thought you were like using metaphors and stuff.
No, it is an actual
Because
Ford
there's
truck.
so many episodes that I was like, wait, there's a TOS episode, there's a TNG episode that's a lot like that, like this old freak. That's funny.
So, continuing with the description, because this is ridiculous and this is how far the ridiculousness goes, they find a mine shaft on the planet, which has stasis chambers in it. They find one of them contains 8 human bodies with minimal life signs. The captain rubs the condensation off of the stasis chamber containing a human female, notices the name on her jacket, and it reads Earhart.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they find Hoffa in the next episode?
You know, it would make more sense.
Yeah. They did that in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes. So the
that's a
episode is
total,
called The 37s, but it is a Voyager episode where they find Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
That's such a TOS thing too. There's so many episodes of TOS where they'd get to a planet and they'd be like, "Oh, you're Apollo. You're the actual Apollo who is an alien." And they're always like finding ways to wrap it around like that and be like, "Oh, is that really Abraham Lincoln or is it?"
Right. See, I think the reason I like that episode so much is it aired in 95, so I was 3. So I was just getting into like
Trucks.
pilots, and Amelia Earhart was so cool. It's like I was excited about there being a girl pilot, which is also why I liked Voyager, because Janeway. So.
Yeah.
I watch it now and I laugh at it.
Are you excited that she's coming back in a new series?
A little bit. A little bit. Although after watching the actress who plays her in Orange is the New Black, I am never going to see Janeway the same.
That's fair.
Ever.
Well, there's that. All right. So we've done the Explain It Badly.
And like my husband said in the comments, it's a Voyager episode, so nobody's ever seen it.
Nobody ever saw it.
Get it?
Yeah, I got like Paramount Plus, and I just put on every Star Trek thing and just let it run. And sometimes I looked at it, sometimes I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going through starting with TOS. Now I'm most of the way through TNG, and I'm looking forward to getting through the last half of Voyager and Enterprise because I've never watched it.
No. The number of times that my husband started Deep Space Nine, like to fall asleep to, and then
because he doesn't like it, or because it's comforting.
Because it's comforting. We've seen it 100 times, so it's
nice.
We know what's going to happen. And I wake up at 2:00 in the morning and I look at the TV and I'm like, oh, that's what episode we're on. Never mind, I'm good.
I will say for me, like Next Generation is the one like I can like relax to and just put on and like maybe work around. But like Deep Space Nine, I just get too focused. That's it.
Yeah, it's like an old.
Literally
TNG. Well, TNG is just like an old friend, you know. And it's great now going back through the whole run. Because the first season, you know, it only came out, 19 years, which is nothing. You know, you think about 19 years ago, it was 2002. So it only came out 19 years after TOS ended. And so Roddenberry it felt very much like a sequel to the original series. And then as 3 seasons in, when they started to really catch their voice, and you could tell as Ronald Moore episodes really started to catch, and he, was getting better and better. And then you get into I think it's 4. Or maybe it was 3 when you get into the first Worf episode and Measure of Man season 1. When Data meets Sung and all the Borg episodes, like that show, just like boom, 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 episode after episode is a classic.
Yeah,
thrilling to watch it.
I'm still stuck on the 2002 being 19 years ago thing.
Yeah,
don't.
Attack of the Clones came out 19 years ago.
Yep.
That means it's my brother's 20th.
I'm
class
not
reunion this year.
Old at all. Especially when you said you were 3 in 1995. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Sorry, Tim.
That's when I went into That's when I went into my senior year of high school.
I graduated in 95. So, all right. So cool. So we have everybody's Explain a Trek Badly. I think that went pretty well. I think everybody did pretty good on it.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, y'all beat me because I didn't know any of yours. So. Well done.
You knew they were Star Trek, so we're giving
I knew they were Star Trek. I want an A for effort for talking Trek.
You get a participation ribbon.
I want a gold star.
I really thought Klingon puberty was going to give it away.
That's what gave it away for me.
Yeah.
Erections and puberty. That's what gave them away for me.
So it's PG-13. I mean, South Park,
Oh, yeah.
gets away with a lot more than that in their own TV.
There's definitely that. All right, so in our Facebook group, which is now over 125,000 members, which is growing nicely, and so we're hoping that those guys get a chance to see this, and because I don't remember who posted this in our group, I forgot to write their name down, and so if you're watching this and you realize this was your post, I remember I
approved it, but I don't remember who posted it.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't remember who posted it. So if you're seeing this and I'm not giving you credit for it, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I was negligent in writing your name down. But I'm not taking credit for it. I'm just saying it was a really cool post. And so I want to try this with us. So this post had a ton of responses in our group. So what 2 words would you use to describe your favorite sci-fi movie or TV show without using the title?
What? Just 2 words. That's it.
You can only use 2 words.
I got one.
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Horny robots.
Do you say horny or corny?
Horny.
Oh, corny.
Horny with an H.
And it was James Holloway that posted it into the group.
Oh, it was James? Okay. All right, thank you, Kathleen.
Horny robots. Is that Westworld?
No, but that's a good guess.
Is that a Doctor? That's not Doctor Who, is it?
Wouldn't know. I've never seen Doctor Who.
I love Doctor Who.
I know. I'm not saying I'm a better person for not having seen it.
Oh, no.
I'm not
Kathleen's only mostly miffed.
Sometimes people act offended, and I'm like, I didn't have BBC America in 2005 when the revival came on. It just that ships in the night. You know, we just
Yeah.
me and
Well,
Doctor Who just haven't met up yet.
if you have HBO Now or HBO Go, whatever it is,
I could
It's on there now.
totally watch it right now. There's
I'd say-
so much stuff to watch. Like there's
Yeah.
a new
So much
HBO
stuff to
show
watch.
about robots raising babies in the future on a different planet. And I saw the trailer last night, and I'm
so
like, well,
Raised by Wolves.
yeah, I want. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
But that's the show. I want to see that show. I'm just using that as an example of like, how do you know what
there's-
to watch? There's too much to watch.
There's
it-
it's almost oversaturation right now, but
but in
I'm-
the best way possible.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember back in '95 when the only thing we had to watch sci-fi wise was crap like Voyager?
But I agree with Ryan. Like I never like for some reason the Doctor Who train never hit me, and I consume every bit of like any kind of sci-fi. And I even worked at Blockbuster for years in like the mid '90s, so like that should have done it. But even right now, I have HBO Max, and I'll put on like my partner loves Doctor Who, and she's like, put on this episode, and I'll put on one episode. I'm like, this is kind of dumb. Like I don't like any of this. So I think I just missed it completely.
it
I think
is.
that's
Because you worked at Blockbuster. I worked at Hollywood Video, so we had them all because we got all the rejects.
Oh, fair, yeah.
It is a very cheesy show. It is a very cheesy show, and if you don't like British humor, it's going to be even worse.
I like British humor.
I mean,
But-
look, I saw the first episode of the Jodie Whittaker run. I like that. I've seen some David Tennant stuff. Like, I'm not like invested.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could be. I'm
I get
watching Avatar: The Last Airbender right now, and I'm like, I can't believe I slept on the show for so long. It's amazing.
Well, I just
So-
said-
And I will straight up say that I am a Whovian, but I have not seen any of the Jodie Whittaker stuff.
I just
Oh, I
said
have
that
HBO now.
really my focus has just been on horny robots.
I know, but I'm there too, and it's definitely not Raised by Wolves, right? That's not the
No, I
answer?
haven't. It might be. I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
There
I mean,
might
'cause
be
they-
horny robots on that show.
Well, it's a very good show, and there's kind of robots and whatever. Okay, horny
Probably
robots.
start that
Mick,
tonight.
Mick, you should figure this one out.
I'm trying. I'm trying to see. It's the thing is, I'm not trying to dissect horny robots. I'm trying to dissect Ryan. Now,
Okay.
I've watched a
Well,
lot of
alright.
your shows, so let me figure this out.
Well, I can throw out 2 extra clues if you want.
sure, go for it.
Iraq metaphor.
Rock metaphor.
Iraq.
Oh,
The country.
okay.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
No, not right
Okay.
now. No.
Because that
Used to be.
Love, Death, and Robots. That's a very, very cool show.
It's on Peacock right now, actually.
Dude,
Classic sci-fi series. We're talking 2000s, mid 2000s era. Revival. It was a revival series.
with horny robots.
Horny robots. Yeah.
I'm
robots,
so shocked.
Robots that engaged in sexual activity on a regular basis.
Is Battlestar Galactica?
Yes, it's Battlestar
Oh,
Galactica.
all
Come on.
Ne-
So
never
confused.
seen that either.
Robots are bumping all the
I
time
have
in
watched
that.
this many episodes.
Yeah.
Oh
Same.
my god.
I mean,
Okay,
I
it's on
love that
Peacock.
show, but I don't
It's
know why I
free.
didn't. Because I don't think
It's-
it's Alpha as a robot. All right.
Tr-
I should.
Or
I
Boomer.
just so many things now. I just think of her as Trisha.
Hey,
No
it's on Peacock for free. Watch the
Great show.
miniseries.
Yeah, I'll
Judge
check it out.
for yourself from there. It's pretty great,
No, I-
especially if you're
and-
into my guy Ronald Moore. If you like DS9, there you go.
All right. Zach, what's your 2 words? If you want a second to think about it, I've got a comment I can throw up and we can try and guess this one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Travis Foley says Dr. Samurai.
It's a sci-fi series.
Dr. Samurai.
Is
I
it a
just
mo-
it just sounds like a great show. Just that
Yeah.
alone.
Just that alone, right?
Yeah,
wish-
I
yeah.
would watch that show.
I would watch Dr. Samurai.
Yeah.
Dr. Sam. I have no idea. Did anybody know? Kathleen?
Heart
I
surgery
know.
at 3 and fighting the bad guys at 4. Dr. Samurai.
He will give you heart surgery with honor.
That's right.
I'm gonna throw out a sci-fi show that
Oh,
It
is
says
a movie.
Travis says it's a movie.
a movie.
It's a movie.
Dr. Samurai.
Dr. Samurai.
I don't know.
I'm stumped. This game's hard.
Yeah. I'm going to say that one of the sci-fi shows that really hit me pretty well this last year, I'm going to use, I guess, 2 words. 50s Cthulhu, which is very easy, but I love this show.
Yeah,
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, that show is so good.
Okay.
Still haven't finished it.
Weird.
And season 2 is greenlit, apparently. So
Hey,
Nice.
I have not finished season 1 of it yet, but I love it.
It's definitely worth it. It's a great show.
All right. Travis Foley says his movie, Dr. Samurai, is from the 80s.
Is it
Oh.
Buckaroo Banzai?
Yeah, Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh,
Is that it, Travis? Is it Buckaroo Banzai?
that's a solid Halloween costume.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Ryan, have you happened to see complete off tangent? But have you happened to watch all of the old Star Wars stuff they put on Disney Plus, like the Battle of Endor and that other one?
Yeah, I started. I went back. I started watching Battle of Endor, and my wife made me turn it off. And I got third episode of the Ewoks cartoon, and I rewatched all the Clone Wars from the 2000s.
I completely forgot that they had the Ewoks speak English in that one movie, and it is so off-putting hearing Wicket.
And the second one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I put it on today. I'm like, why is Wicket asking to go to school? This thing is so bad.
That's the one where, and as a child, whenever her entire family died, like immediately, I was like, it's like the beginning of Iron Eagle 2, you know, when the kid from the first movie died, you're like, as an 8-year-old, this is too much for me, you know. Like, I ducked out of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, the dad's like, I'm dying. Go live with the Ewoks.
Nice.
Which
and then, but the first one introduced the blurgs, you know, the things that are basically 2 legs and a mouth that walk around in the Mandalorian that they train. So like that's just canon as far as I'm concerned.
The first one's good. Like the Ewoks don't speak. There's a cool little thing where they teach each other how to throw axes into trees, and there's a cool spider. It's a Star Wars. The second one they speak English, and it's immediately like I hate everything about this. But anyway,
you think Lucas stepped away from that one? All right, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
You're good.
I do have a good sci-fi recommendation for a show on, but I kind of want to wait to see if it's anybody's 2 words, so we can circle back to that one if you want.
Okay. All right. Mick, go ahead with yours.
All right, I kind of went over this, but since we're doing favorites, Fire Trail.
Fire Trail.
Fire Trail. And you kind of went over it.
Back to the Future.
Fire Trail. I was thinking it was
on my phone of top 10 movies, but if you want me to rattle them off.
Yeah, fire them off.
All right, Back to the Future. T2. Endgame. Star Trek 4. About Time. Primer. Frequency. I just love that movie.
Oh, Frequency. That's a good show.
I love that movie. 12.
No.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I don't know. Know all you want. I
all right. Well, let me hear what it beat out. Let's get to that.
Exactly. 12 Monkeys. Back to the Future 2 and 3 are tied, and then Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, Bill and Ted.
You have 3 Back to the Futures on your top 10 time travel list?
And they only count as 2?
Oh, okay. 2 and 3.
Well, they did film 2 and 3 at the same time, but 3 is basically the same movie as 1, just a different time period. And 2's kind of a sleeper for me. Like 2 is not as good as part 1, not even a little bit. Like even character development wise, they do this whole thing where all of a sudden Marty out of nowhere doesn't like to be called chicken. Like it's a ridiculous movie. But you got to admit, as a kid watching that, and all of a sudden they introduce all this like parallel timelines, the alternate 1985. It's bonkers. It's a lot of fun. And watching him, especially with the effects of the time, interact with his past self kind of over there. Like for a lot of people, especially me, that just like opened up my brain when it came to time travel. So I it's just me. I'd always put Back to the Future 2 kind of up there.
My argument for 2 and 3 being tied is that it's essentially just one movie. Like you can put Back to the Future 1 by itself, but like 2 and 3, it ends. 2 ends, and 3 is right there, picks right up. So it's like it's just
agreed.
It's
I
like
have
a
a very personal
morning.
connection to 3. I love 3.
Yeah. That's a good list. I think I would have, if it were Zack Wiseman's list, not Mick Manhattan's list. If it were Zack Wiseman's list, I probably would have swapped out Frequency and put Brick in. The rest of the list is pretty solid.
Wait, Brick's not a time travel.
Do you mean Looper?
Oh, Looper, Looper. Yeah.
You said Brick earlier, and I thought, wait.
I know. I meant Looper. I'm just.
Now, that's on a film noir list for sure. That's a great.
Yeah. Ah, Brick is so good.
Brick's great. Yeah.
Brick is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I know. It's upsetting. It's upsetting. It's upsetting how good Rian Johnson is because he gets the rap of having The Last Jedi, which I still love and will fight for constantly. But I think that movie really took a big bunch of wind out of his sails for a lot of people, unfortunately.
And it shouldn't have. It's amazing.
I think Knives Out put it right back in for him.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then the Knives, it seems like every day there's more Knives Out 2 casting news. It just gets me happier and happier and happier. Catherine Hahn, baby.
My wife is stoked for Knives Out too. She loved the first one. And honestly, I was not a fan of Last Jedi when it first came out, and that movie has grown on me considerably. When you watch that movie in its place and watch how it fills in the story between Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker, it not only that, then you add the cinematography and the way that movie was shot. It's amazing.
Yeah, beautiful movie.
To me,
and there's my wife.
It is easily the most beautiful of the episodic Star Wars, and I think that it is the best poetry to Empire Strikes Back that could be done.
I think it's pretty close. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The more I watch it, I think the better the movie is. All right. So for me,
need to watch it again then.
For my 2 words, I will go with it's for a TV show. I'll give you a hint right off the bat, but this shouldn't be too hard to guess. Russian Demogorgon.
Oh, yeah. Stranger Things?
Yeah,
Stranger Things, yeah. I love that show. I'm so geeked. Cannot wait for season 4 to come out. I have really, really enjoyed that series. Just because although it's got some basic tropes in it, I think it's so well written and so well done.
Season 2 is a little bit of a snooze, but 1 and 3 is pretty solid.
1 and 3 are very solid.
Yeah,
so. I wasn't as happy with 3.
Really?
I thought 3. Well, 3 for me was dragged down by the Hopper Joyce scenes because there was so much yelling, and I think they were going for like the moonlighting trope. It's all like, what trope are they doing this time?
Yeah.
But for me, that really dragged it down, and also like the first season worked so well because it was this grounded universe where one extraordinary thing was happening. I was never able to buy into the premise of there's Russians under the mall, even though there's like a ton of 80s movies that are like that, kids movies. I can't even remember the names of them right now if I told you, but I was like, that just strayed a little too far. Now I'm going to do a rewatch of it and then make a recap video for Screencrush, but so I might change my mind on it. But at the time I was like, God, this is a lot to handle. My favorite Stranger Things episode, though, is the one everybody else hates, the one where 11 goes to Chicago.
Oh yeah. And she meets up with her
with 8.
Yeah.
It's like they're teasing the X-Men. I love it.
Yeah, I thought those were good episodes, honestly.
Yeah,
so
I like those.
I like giving her own standalone story.
All right, Kathleen, what's your 2 words?
Shadow Proclamation. I can't help it.
Shadow Proclamation.
Proclamation.
I think Mick knows.
I
think Mick is Googling something. He's typing.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to confirm which episode.
Oh, it's an episode. I thought we were doing that.
No, it's a ongoing. They're not like the main.
Oh, okay.
Is it a Doctor Who thing?
They are and they aren't. Like
it is a Doctor Who thing.
Oh,
gotcha.
That's why 3 of us here are going, what?
But specifically,
and Kathleen will love this. Yep,
dude.
And it's artist.
That is spectacular. No, but specifically the episodes of when Earth Gone, whatever it's called.
No, it's not Earth Gone.
It's not Earth Gone. That's the one where all of the companions come back with 10.
Yeah, it's
Ow.
Is this Who stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they're talking Doctor Who. Talk amongst yourselves.
Let's do a breakout room. You like that? That's a little pandemic humor.
There you go. I like it.
Oh, yeah,
I like it.
The kids won't get it in 20 years. But this generation, they'll be like, breakout rooms. I hated those.
It's fine, Kathleen. I'll have you on my show. We can just talk Doctor Who.
There we go.
There you go.
I'll do it.
There you go.
The best man at our wedding was also a ring bearer because I wasn't going to deal with an extra person who wouldn't necessarily do what I wanted them to. It makes sense. He carried a wooden TARDIS with our wedding bands in it.
That's cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
We had a Doctor Who themed wedding.
Well, it was supposed to be the box that my husband was going to use when he proposed, but because it's a TARDIS, it didn't show up when it was supposed to.
That's my wife's engagement ring as a TARDIS.
That's awesome.
We had a TARDIS in our old office, or the Screencrush office.
Mm-hmm.
It unfortunately had to be thrown away, but it was a sound booth that the IT guys turned into a giant ass TARDIS. And I kept thinking, man, I wish I knew anything about Doctor Who because I could totally use this in a Screencrush video. But the stars never aligned. Now it's gone. It's
that sucks.
Dust in the wind. I know.
I will totally be on your show, Mick. We'll do it.
All right, so we've got about 15 minutes left. I wanted to squeeze in a little bit of Bad Batch, if we can. And so I, for one, am very stoked about the Bad Batch. I love the tie-in directly from Clone Wars, picking up at the Order 66 and moving forward. So what are you guys thinking about it? What do you like? Is there something you don't like about Bad Batch yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
I love it, and I do have a question for Ryan. I watch your breakdowns, so
hey man, thanks.
I watch them all day, every day. I am such a super fan, and it kind of grosses my wife out. But
honestly, Ryan, the fact that he hasn't broken down into fanboy giggling just yet is impressive to me.
Yeah, I keep texting my wife like it's happening, it's actually happening. But there is like the thought that Omega is a clone of Obi-Wan. So there's the Obi-Wan thought, which is interesting because Obi-Wan did spend a lot of time on Coruscant. But there is also the idea that it's a Palpatine clone simply because of the hairstyle.
Right. Yeah.
But do you think there's any chance that they merged Obi-Wan and a clone?
I hope not. Like I do think Omega is going to end up being force sensitive. It's going to be a big moment like Grogu stopping the Space Rhino. But I really don't want I hate that Star Wars has become about bloodlines. That's the worst thing that the prequels did was saying that Anakin was a virgin birth and that Rey's a Palpatine and what was her name? Janna was going to be related to Lando. And that's one of the many things they cut. I don't really like that. And I don't see the need to perpetuate Kenobi or Palpatine DNA. I think if she was a Palpatine, they wouldn't be trying to keep it secret from Palpatine. On the show, it seems like they're doing this experiment on their own. At least they want us to think that. They could have been contracted by Darth Sidious, who they don't know is Palpatine, or all these other things. I do think she'll have been a clone from a Jedi, maybe somebody like Quinlan Voss or someone like that we haven't seen around much with the DNA mixed in. But I hope that it's not just guess what? She's this character now that we've seen before. I want new things.
Yeah,
no, I know. I threw that theory out on my last video and put it in the thumbnail. But I hope it's not true.
Yeah, I'm when you said that, I was like, I was thinking the same way, because my biggest problem with Rise of Skywalker is that they had to do the lineage and they had to link everything back together again.
Yeah.
And I would hate if they did it in the Bad Batch, because I feel that her character could be very strong if it were just an autonomous, they somehow the cloners just figured out how to put force sensitivity or midichlorians into a clone, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah.
I think the worst thing in any Star Wars movie ever is the moment when Adam Driver says you're a Palpatine, but we could talk about that on another episode, because if I start complaining about Rise of Skywalker, that's it.
Yeah.
It'll be the next 12 minutes. Done.
And
I was going to say, we don't have enough time for that.
Yeah. Also, do you think there's any chance that one of the Bad Batch is going to die?
Not yet. If any of them would, I think it would be either Echo or Tech, because their skills seem a little redundant. Yeah. Maybe at some point, but
this show is killing people quickly.
I figured that Crosshair is going to get a chance at one of them, and in my opinion, I think Echo is the weakest because of all that he's gone through in Clone Wars and where he's at condition wise, and he's more robot than man, and they even say that in the episode.
Yeah,
but I think that if one of them's going to go, I think it's going to be Echo.
Yeah,
it would mean more if Crosshair killed Tech. for sure.
Yeah, I kind of had it in my brain that we would have a scene where Crosshair was going to shoot Omega, and Big Dude jumped in front of him because of maybe his chip going off, and then him sacrificing, because he seems to like Omega pretty well.
Oh, you talking about Wrecker?
Yeah, Wrecker. Yeah.
I don't think they'd kill off Wrecker though, because he's so distinct. Like, you know, as a writer, if I were doing that show and if I'm trying to write these episodes out, I could go, okay, I got Wrecker. He's the big guy. He can go do things. And then Tech and Echo are, you know, like I said, kind of redundant. I think they would kill Tech because I think Echo has a more compelling story.
Yeah, I just felt that Wrecker was the one that people would probably have the most emotional attachment to. Yeah. He's the one, for some reason, I liked him. I was like, cool, that's my dude. If they kill him, because I mean, they not to give anything away, but you know, they killed off some civilians, so they obviously don't mind just wasting people. So and I think emotion and death, I think, is where the next bit of like Marvel movies are going, and also Star Wars. I think we're going to get big deaths coming up in the next couple things, and I would hate it if it happened here.
Oh, nice.
You have a problem, Tim.
I do so.
Well, you know, the theme of the show is about, you could boil it down to programming versus choice, which doesn't just mean like, oh, if you're a clone, you're programmed. It also goes back to like, as regular human beings, are we simply stimulus and response? Do we have free will? And then how does the Force figure into all that? Because the Force always figures into whatever is going to happen in Star Wars. So that I find that really interesting to think, like, if they were going to kill someone off, how would that fit in? I mean, then you can start going through the list and say, wow, what if they killed Hunter? You know, like, as Hunter, if you're going to want to tell the story, I would kill Hunter at the end of like season 2 or 3. If you want to keep it going for like 5-6 seasons, like The Walking Dead should have killed Rick off, things like that. You know, like nothing will jumpstart your story like having your leader go on, your Dumbledore.
That's fair. I feel that like Echo, because he isn't like one of the actual 99, he would probably hang out. And I feel Tech has a little too much knowledge, a little too much information to get rid of him too. And I mean, I don't want any of them to go, but for some reason I was just thinking that, dude, they're going to try to take out Omega and somebody's going to hop in there. I hope not.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Even reading the word Serenity, I'm not over that yet.
Oh, yeah, they sure did.
Poor Wash.
I'm glad my wife can't hear this right now because she hasn't finished it yet. It's one of those things that like are so good. She's like waiting to finish it. Yep. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I also have a super soft spot for Alan Tudyk, though. So like,
well, I mean, how do the Reavers clean their weapons?
No. So mean.
Can they revive that series post Whedon?
Why would it have to be post Whedon? Didn't he do the Nevers? Like, if he's
but the Nevers got canceled and it's not coming back, and I don't think anything else Whedon is going to do anytime soon is going to happen
for a while. No,
I didn't know the Nevers was canceled. Never mind, I take it back.
Yeah, Nevers is gone, and I don't think Whedon is going to have anything to do with anything in a while. I think he's hitting like the Kevin Spacey route. But I think that Serenity and Firefly are going to kind of pop off, so I'm wondering if somebody's going to pick that up.
As long as we get Nathan Fillion.
I don't think so.
Bring me Nathan.
There's supposed to be a reboot.
People have been saying that for...
Yeah.
Good.
Watch The Rookie. It's fun. Watch Resident Alien. It's fun. You can watch all these people on great shows. So it
play the game Destiny. You'll listen to, you can hear Cade 6. That's
Speaking of Alan Tudyk, though, I just found out about a role of his that I did not realize it was him.
The chicken in Moana.
The chicken in Moana.
Oh,
I did not know he did Hey-Hey's voice until like last week.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
And by the way, if you want to watch something fun with Alan Tudyk in it, watch The Con Man. It's on Amazon Prime. They're only like 10 to 15 minute episodes. There's 2 seasons. It's 25 episodes. It's very loosely based on Firefly, and he plays a character kind of coming back from all of that and just extending his life at Comic-Cons, his acting life at Comic-Cons. It's very enjoyable.
You know what else Alan Tudyk is in that you should watch and enjoy, Tim?
Yeah, and he's also has Nathan Fillion in it. So
Tim's just gonna roll right past that one.
What else has Alan Tudyk in it that I should watch?
Knight's Tale.
What?
Oh,
Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Jason Taylor here makes a good point. Disney owns Firefly, so I'm sure eventually something.
They're remaking it. They're remaking.
Oh, they're remaking it.
Yeah, it's not going to be with the original.
It's not going to be the same. Don't do that. Just let something be good and sit there and be good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Travis Foley
Yep.
brings up his new show, Resident Alien, which I've heard a lot
I've
of
heard
good
really
things.
good things about.
I have.
Yeah,
That's
no,
another one of those
literally
things I
just
keep
Yeah, it
saying.
looks good.
Did you? I'm sorry.
No, it's a
Um,
great show. Everybody should check it out. It was renewed too.
Yeah, Knight's Tale. Yeah,
you know what?
He
You know what,
hates that movie so much.
I hate Knight's Tale.
Which
I
is
love-
ridiculous because I
I love
remember
the
a time when
soundtrack.
you hated Clone Wars.
Well, yeah, there's
Well,
true.
And
the
you
Clone
opened
Wars-
your heart to Clone Wars. You can open your heart to the next
Wait, the Clone Wars movie or the Clone Wars series?
the series.
I watched the first.
What?
I watched the first like 3-4 episodes of the season 1.
Oh
and
my
I was
god.
like, okay,
gotta,
this is for kids.
Oh my god, you gotta keep going.
I did.
You have to keep
Oh,
going.
I did.
You
gave
gotta
it-
But
get
you
to
also still owe Anna a formal apology for that fight.
She'll never get it. But anyway, I did circle back.
Like
and I
Rebels.
love
It's
love
not that
Clone
good.
Wars now.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Clone Wars.
I have video of that somewhere.
Oh,
I have video of Tim, who's what are you, 6'3", 6'2"?
I'm 6. Yeah, I'm 6'3".
Hey,
and,
who do you?
and my friend Anna, who is like 5'2".
I may
Having a
call her
very
the
heated
the midgeted wench for but
A very, very heated argument about why she thought Clone Wars was good, and he is mocking her for it being a kids show.
thank you,
Oh
John.
yeah, totally. I
Thank
see
you,
a
John.
bus, and my friend belongs under it. Allow me to quote my husband. Try me, Was.
Who are you?
No,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying I have gone full circle on that. That and I love Rebels. I had a hard time getting into Resistance.
Same.
I've tried because I went for the same premise that I went into with Clone Wars and actually Rebels. The first season was, and if you ask me, on both of those series is not that good. The second season it picks up and it takes off from there. And I tried the same thing with Resistance, but I was like, I just couldn't. I tried.
It's the era. No one cares.
So
No one cares about what happened, like where the new empire came from. They did a really bad job setting that up.
yeah.
It's better in the books, honestly. If you really are into that stuff, just read Bloodline.
Okay.
So Ryan, you're, real quick, 2 sci-fi things. I want to get your opinion because they're both announced. The Snake Eyes movie.
Mhm.
And what do you think about John Boyega going back to do Attack the Block 2?
I hadn't heard. I haven't seen the trailer for the Snake Eyes movie. I'm down for it. He doesn't talk, does he?
I
No.
think he might. in this.
No.
Oh, that's immediate
what's that?
cancellation.
I hope not because
It's for him from the beginning.
I
Oh.
hope not. I don't like that. No,
No.
I'm sorry. Nah, I'm out. I'm out
that'd
on
be
that one.
like that's like
Uh,
Ewoks talking.
Ugh.
Yeah, and John Boyega attacked the block too. Sure. I mean, what I love about that movie is it's not a subtle metaphor, but the best sci-fi movies are always the ones that are like trying to say something else. About take this extreme circumstance and apply it to something in our current day lives we can relate to. So if they find a way to incorporate that again, I'm in.
The collective nod. That's right, Tina. Everybody's like, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What? Who's everybody hoping shows up on Bad Batch that we don't know about? That
I
not
don't
Finn
watch
Chance or
any
somebody
of
like
that,
that.
so I will refrain from this one for now.
I honestly, I
Okay.
don't have
haven't
any
watched it
hopes
either.
as to who will show up. I'm just excited it's here.
Yeah.
I honestly have not thought that far ahead of it where I
Correct.
go, golly, I hope this person shows up or I hope that character shows up. I'm just excited that it's here.
Honestly, at this point, Star Wars wise, I'm just waiting for the Obi-Wan show, and
Yep.
And
I
honest-
want Hayden Christensen back. But that's
I don't know. I'm a fan of Captain Rex. Always have been. Always will be.
Oh, sure.
I hope Rex
He'll
shows
show
up
up.
in everything. Yeah.
will.
He
He will.
got the name drop, so he probably will.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
yeah,
I'm always
absolutely.
hoping for there's Clone Wars characters like Cad Bane and people I want to see, but I'm always hoping for a Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to see him in this new trilogy too, the sequel trilogy, just because like anytime they can make a new media that redeems something really bad, like the Clone Wars series did a great job taking the worst aspects of the prequels and saying, actually, no, politics can be interesting. Space
Yeah.
banking.
Yeah, they did a lot of
Space
fixing
banking
there.
can lead to adventure, So I've always wanted to see something like that.
I agree with that.
Ryan, here's a quick question. A lot of times, like Star Wars will do a thing where you watch a couple episodes of something, and then all of a sudden you'll see a Jedi that is a race that you've never seen before. Is there a race in Star Wars where the Jedi of that race would just look crazy? Because for me, like,
yeah, go ahead.
I was thinking like the Watto, whatever race the Watto is, I could never really, the Toydarian, obviously. I could never I could never see that race as a Jedi for some reason. I guess because Watto is such like a turd. But
oh my god, how would a Hutt be a Jedi?
Oh yeah,
you know, like that would be the most awkward fight ever. That there's a Family Guy spoof where they did Jake and the Fat Man, Jake and the Fat Man, where Jake is like, look, this cigarette butt, it's got a lipstick on it, it's a clue, and Jake is just like like sitting in a chair, you know. That's what a Jabba the Hutt Jedi would be like.
Oh yeah.
All right. Hey, I hate to break us up, but we do have to call it for the night. So thank you everybody for being on the show. As a reminder, tomorrow morning, posted on Funny Science Fiction. Please go to YouTube and your favorite audio podcast provider, and you will find an episode with Jed Brophy from The Hobbit and from The Lord of the Rings. So you're not going to want to miss that. A really cool talk with Jed as we talk about some Middle Earth stuff. All right, guys, and thank you to Ryan, Zach, and Mick for being here tonight. You guys are awesome.
On behalf of the rest of the hosts of Funny Science Fiction, we'd like to thank you for listening to this episode. If you'd like to be a guest on one of our future episodes, please contact us by means of our Facebook group, Funny Science Fiction. You can find us on Twitter or Instagram using the handle @FunnySciFi, or you can go to DraytonAllen.com and click the Contact Me link at the bottom of the page. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed the episode.